Hello everybody, history buffs and photo lovers. Get ready for a vibrant journey through time with this captivating collection of images. Each snapshot tells a unique story, from world-changing events to cultural milestones, all woven together with a touch of nostalgia. With vivid captions guiding you, this video is your ticket to reliving the moments that shaped our world. So, grab a seat, hit play, and let's dive into the past with a smile. The inaugural meeting of the United Nations General Assembly unfolds in London, marking a pivotal moment in global diplomacy. Crowds gather in Times Square, New York City, to celebrate the end of World War II, a scene of collective relief. The first commercial television broadcast airs in the United States, heralding a new era of mass communication. Construction begins on the Levittown housing development in Long Island, shaping the suburban landscape. The Nuremberg trials commence as international justice seeks to address wartime atrocities. Jackie Robinson steps onto the field for the Brooklyn Dodgers, breaking the color barrier in Major League Baseball. The Polaroid land camera is demonstrated, offering instant photography to the public. The Marshall Plan is announced, initiating economic recovery efforts across Western Europe. The Dead Sea Scrolls are discovered in Qumran, unveiling ancient texts of profound historical significance. The first successful test of a transistor at Bell Laboratories signals a leap in electronic innovation. The State of Israel is proclaimed, establishing a new nation amid regional tensions. The Berlin airlift begins, delivering vital supplies to West Berlin during the Soviet blockade. The Olympic Games resume in London, symbolizing a return to global unity after wartime disruptions. Mahatma Gandhi addresses a gathering in New Delhi, advocating for non-violent resistance. The Universal Declaration of Human Rights is adopted by the United Nations, codifying fundamental principles. The first Volkswagen Beetle arrives in the United States, introducing an iconic automotive design. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization is established, forging a collective defense alliance. The People's Republic of China is founded, marking a transformative shift in global politics. The first Soviet nuclear test is conducted, escalating the arms race. The inaugural NASCAR race takes place in Daytona Beach, launching a motorsport legacy. George Orwell publishes 1984, a novel that redefines dystopian literature. The first commercial jet airliner, the de Havilland Comet, is unveiled in the United Kingdom. The Korean War begins as North Korean forces cross the 38th parallel. The first Peanuts comic strip by Charles Schulz appears, introducing beloved characters. The Great Smog envelops London, highlighting the perils of industrial pollution. The first credit card, Diners Club, is introduced, reshaping consumer finance. The Festival of Britain opens, showcasing innovation and cultural renewal. The first colored television broadcast airs in the United States, captivating audiences. The Treaty of San Francisco is signed, formally ending the Pacific War. The first nuclear power plant begins operation in Obninsk, Soviet Union, pioneering energy production. Elizabeth II is crowned Queen of the United Kingdom, a ceremony steeped in tradition. Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay reached the summit of Mount Everest, a historic ascent. The double helix structure of DNA is published by Watson and Crick, revolutionizing biology. The first issue of Playboy magazine is released, sparking cultural debates. The Vietnam War escalates as French forces engage at Dien Bien Phu. The Brown v. Board of Education ruling declares school segregation unconstitutional in the United States. The first Godzilla film premieres in Japan, birthing a cinematic icon. The first kidney transplant is performed in Boston, advancing medical science. The CERN Research Organization is founded in Geneva, fostering scientific collaboration. The first McDonald's franchise opens in Des Plaines, Illinois, launching a global brand. Rosa Parks refuses to give up her bus seat in Montgomery, igniting the civil rights movement. The Warsaw Pact is formed, solidifying Cold War alliances. Disneyland opens in Anaheim, California, redefining family entertainment. The first polio vaccine is distributed, offering hope against a devastating disease. The Hungarian Revolution unfolds as citizens demand political reforms. The Suez Crisis erupts, reshaping Middle Eastern geopolitics. Elvis Presley performs on The Ed Sullivan Show, captivating a generation. The Soviet Union launches Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, into orbit. The Treaty of Rome establishes the European Economic Community, fostering unity. The first commercial nuclear reactor opens in Shippingport, Pennsylvania. The Civil Rights Act of 1957 is signed, addressing voting rights in the United States. The first Frisbee is sold, introducing a new recreational pastime. The International Geophysical Year begins, promoting global scientific cooperation. The space race intensifies as the Soviet Union launches Laika, the first animal in space. The Beatles perform at the Cavern Club in Liverpool, laying the foundation for global fame. The Peace Corps is established, promoting international volunteerism. Yuri Gagarin becomes the first human in space, orbiting Earth aboard Vostok 1. The Bay of Pigs invasion unfolds, marking a tense moment in Cold War history. The Berlin Wall is erected, dividing the German city for decades. The first Walmart store opens in Rogers, Arkansas, launching a retail giant. The Cuban Missile Crisis brings the world to the brink of nuclear conflict. Marilyn Monroe performs at Madison Square Garden, captivating audiences. Rachel Carson publishes Silent Spring, sparking the environmental movement. The first James Bond film, Dr. No, premieres, introducing a cinematic legend. The March on Washington culminates in Martin Luther King Jr.'s iconic speech. President John F. Kennedy visits West Berlin, delivering a message of solidarity. The first cassette tape is introduced by Philips, transforming music consumption. The Beatles released their debut album, Please Please Me, sparking beat. The first woman in space, Valentina Tereshkova, orbits Earth aboard Vostok 6. The partial nuclear test ban treaty is signed, limiting atmospheric testing. The first push-button telephone is introduced, modernizing communication. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 is enacted, prohibiting discrimination in the United States. The first Ford Mustang rolls off the assembly line, becoming an automotive icon. The Tokyo Olympics showcased Japan's post-war recovery and global re-emergence. The Voting Rights Act is signed, securing electoral protections in the United States. The first spacewalk is performed by Alexei Leonov, a milestone in space exploration. The Watts riots erupt in Los Angeles, highlighting racial tensions. The first commercial satellite, Early Bird, is launched, enabling global broadcasts. The Rolling Stones release Satisfaction, defining rock music's rebellious spirit. The Gateway Arch is completed in St. Louis, symbolizing westward expansion. The first U.S. combat troops arrive in Vietnam, escalating military involvement. The first Super Bowl is played, pitting Green Bay against Kansas City. The Cultural Revolution begins in China, reshaping society and politics. The first Star Trek episode airs, introducing a visionary science fiction saga. The National Organization for Women is founded, advocating gender equality. The first heart transplant is performed in Cape Town, pushing medical boundaries. The Six-Day War unfolds, altering Middle Eastern borders and dynamics. The Summer of Love draws thousands to San Francisco, celebrating counterculture. The first ATM is installed in London, revolutionizing banking access. The Apollo 1 tragedy occurs, a somber moment in the US space program. The Monterey Pop Festival showcases Jimi Hendrix, defining the rock era. The first color television broadcast airs in the United Kingdom, vivid and transformative. The Tet Offensive begins, shifting perceptions of the Vietnam War. The Prague Spring unfolds as Czechoslovakia seeks political reforms. The Olympic Games in Mexico City feature the Black Power salute, a bold protest. The first Big Mac is sold, cementing McDonald's global influence. The Apollo 8 mission orbits the Moon, capturing Earth's fragile beauty. The Boeing 747 makes its maiden flight, redefining air travel. The Woodstock Festival draws hundreds of thousands, embodying a cultural zenith. Neil Armstrong walks on the moon, a historic step for humanity. The Internet's precursor, ARPANET, is established, connecting distant computers. The Stonewall riots erupt in New York City, galvanizing the gay rights movement. The first Concorde flight takes off, heralding supersonic travel. The Environmental Protection Agency is created, addressing ecological concerns. The Beatles perform their final rooftop concert, closing a musical era. The first Earth Day is celebrated, raising global environmental awareness. The Kent State shootings unfold, reflecting tensions over Vietnam War protests. The first floppy disk is introduced by IBM, transforming data storage. The Aswan High Dam is completed in Egypt, reshaping the Nile's flow. The first Pride March takes place in New York City, honoring Stonewall's legacy. The Bangladesh Liberation War begins, leading to the nation's independence. The United Kingdom adopts decimal currency, modernizing its monetary system.